Hello everyone, this is Favorite Uncle Bob back to another video, and today we're going to be looking at the Transformers Haslab Bluebolts. So before we get started, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below with that video. What else you'd like to see in a video? So onto the figure herself, I believe. I can't remember if they said that this was a female or not. So yeah, I'm just going to go with female just because. But here we have her in her robot mode, and yeah, talk about having literal guns for hands. Honestly, that must make anything difficult. So, yeah, as you can see, she does clean up very nicely. Only got the red ribbons for, kibble, if you want to count that. So, let's take a quick look at the face sculpt. So, focus, thank you. I do love the little nod that they did for this face sculpt. Because it looks like the Air Razor head sculpt that they did for Kingdom, but it was later used for Bluebolts in a comic strip. Don't quote me on that, but yeah. But you do get the nice red for the cap, beak, whatever, and nice yellow for the eyes, blue, a different shade of blue for the mouth plate. So yeah, looks very, very good. Now, as far as articulation, the head can, I'm going to go ahead and just remove these so that I can get with the head. This head can do a full 360, can't really look up or down, but the arms can do a full 360, can move out that far before she's poking her own eye out. Weird twist in events, but hey, you get a bicep rotation, over 90 degrees of elbow bend. You have wrist articulation. Sure, this is also on a 5mm peg, and you can take this off too if you wanted to. Sure, yeah, that's something you can do if you wanted to. You get a waist rotation. Legs can move forward that far, can move back that far, can do the full splits and then some. You get a thigh rotation and over 90 degrees of knee bend. With the feet can move up a little bit, can't move down other than flat, and you get ankle tilts. Not much, but enough for at least an A stance, so not too bad in the way of articulation department. And these are her only two accessories. Please, Bluebolt, stand. So, anyways, these are her only two accessories. The missiles. So, and they just plug onto the back. You got two ports. And you just use any of those peg holes, or those pegs, sorry. So plug that in, and plug that in. So, yeah, at least it completes her look as far as, alt modes go. I know a lot of people were upset that they originally weren't going to include, but I'm glad that they did, so. But as far as size comparisons go, here we have G2 Sideswipe. And Bluebolt is ever so slightly taller. In hand, you can definitely see. Like, if I put them back to back and put my spudger, you can see Bluebolt's just ever so slightly taller. So, yeah. Now, as far as the robot mode goes, looks very good. Definitely, an interesting take on Ultra Magnus's weapon. Would she be considered a weaponizer or a target master at this point? So, but let's get down to transformation. Now, she has 3 different ways to transform her. Technically 4, like 5 or 6, just because of, stuff. But the instructions only show 3, and that's kind of stupid. But anyways, let's get down to it. So go ahead and remove the missiles, set those off to the side. Unpeg her arms. You want to go ahead and push these in. Unpeg her arms, push these in. And for the torso, go ahead and rotate it 180. Flip down this piece right here. Flip this piece back so that way you can rotate around the head. Flip that back up, and you can leave this up if you'd like. Go ahead and rotate the legs outwards and cording them up like this. Do the same thing for this side. Get that accordion up. Get that plugged in. Get that plugged in. Flip these in. And then you can bring in the missiles and go ahead and plug those into their resting spots. Then for the arms, you want to make sure that this port is facing up. So go ahead and rotate this 90 degrees so it looks something like that. Then you will just plug this in. So you got that port with, or this peg with, where to go? That tab right there. You got the port and tab hole. So plug that in, tab that in. Do the same thing for this side. So get that plugged in. And get this, whoops, I had this the wrong way. There you go. Get this, come on. There you go. There you have Bluebolts in her main weapon mode. And it's, very much so the, yeah, we're just going to have like 5,000 weapons on this thing. So, yeah. But as not much new detail exposed in this. So, yeah. Now, as far as the other one goes, you just want to go ahead and remove these, and they're pretty much set in stone. Then go ahead and flip these up. Flip these up. Then you want to go ahead and rotate these out. Flip this down. Rotate around. Bring this up at the hip. Then just bring this back. Flip this up. Do the same thing for this side. Bring that up. Flip this up. And here you have a mobile turret mode that I have the wrong way around. Yeah, that is something. I'm going to double check the instructions real quick. Just give me 1 second, folks. Okay, yeah, so this is the actual turret mode, and this will come into play with Ultra Magnus later. Now, I did mention that she technically, per the instructions, has a third form, and that is more or less just rip off the legs, fold these up, and unpeg that. So do the same thing for this side, unpeg this, unpeg that, and then you just want to rotate the hips around. Nope, leave them the same. My bad, I'm looking at the pictures. And get that up, flip this up, and yeah, this is pretty much the third form, and that is for the storage in Ultra Magnus's robot mode. So not the worst thing possible, but yeah, definitely going to be an interesting thing. So now, there is some fan modes you can do. They are offset slightly, so you can like plug these together and then turn Bluebolts into her, what is it now? Like weird form thing. So let's get this rotated around, flip this up. Nope, you stay there. So something like this. Get that flip down. Get this out. Get that out. Come on. There we go. Flip that around. Get this up. There we go. And you can you just have to rotate depending on which side you wanted. So, because there is this port that is not used. So you can just go ahead and plug this on the other way around and plug in the missiles if you would like to get that single formed rifle. I kind of wish that they officially did that, but oh well, it is what it is. But if you did want to, you can give at least the Gatling guns and all that to a character for, reasons. So, yeah, overall, Bluebolts is definitely a very enjoyable, interesting, all of the above type of character. So, yeah, I would love to see her in some other form of media just to get a little bit more recognition. The obscure characters should get that type of thing. So, but I think that is about it. Oop. So, in tomorrow's video, hopefully, fingers crossed, is going to be Ultra Magnus. And I have decided that omegaprime will be either Thursday or Friday, depending on work, as is. And I know Optimus was a little bit late because, yay, rendering and all that fun stuff. So, but anyways, don't forget to like, subscribe, all the fun stuff, and stay tuned for more video reviews.